Welcome in to DC On Screen. I am your host, David C. Robertson. This is my co-host, Jason.
Hey.
And I think I'm going to laugh after every time you say hey.
Never quite
Today we're going to be talking...
What? I've never quite figured that out, but...
I don't know. I think it's just like me letting off this pressure from wondering how it's the anticipation finally being let free. Because I never know how you're going to say hello.
Okay. I figured it was like a nervous, like, oh, thank God he didn't abandon the show while I was introducing it. My hollaback boy is still here.
Right. You ain't no hollaback boy. Yeah, that's right. I'm down with Gwen.
Right.
Today we're going to be talking about
No
Gotham.
doubt, right.
Gotham 2x16 Prisoners.
So the opening, man, good music, and I enjoyed watching. I thought it was a good scene. I didn't actually enjoy watching Jim Gordon lose his soul. But you can just see the hope creeping out of him. I thought it was a well done intro.
I felt like it was kind of bullshit.
Why?
Because it was very unclear. They seemed to like really want to make it clear that a long period of time had passed, especially when like he walks.
That wasn't.
Especially when he walks outside and like it's not spring anymore; it's like winter.
Yeah, but we're just outside of Gotham. Like spring lasts about 24 days.
Nah, man, I'm sorry.
I feel like it's always rainy and snowy.
No.
Also, saying that it's snowing does not necessarily mean that like 6 months has passed. It doesn't. Like if it was the end of fall when he went in, it can snow, and it's been like 4 weeks. Like to me, it wasn't the passage of time; it was the realization that every single day was going to be like this.
Well, yeah, but I would have just been like, okay, only every day is going to be just like this. That's all they're trying to show me until they showed me the snow, and then I was like, well, I don't know, maybe it was really close to winter, and it's only been like about a month, and then Harvey's like, we lost the baby. She moved away and we haven't seen her. I'm like, okay, so apparently a lot of time has passed.
I love how you say that as though him, Harvey, and Lee were having that baby. Jim, I'm sorry. I'd already bought booties for it and everything. It had a little Gotham football team T-shirt I was going to put on it.
Yeah, but time seems to have only passed for Jim Gordon, Leslie, and Bullock. Like,
why? Everything else seemed to go. Well, there weren't too many other players in this episode, which, by the way, huge problem for me. But
all the Penguin stuff seemed to picked up right where we left off. And he even says, we've only known each other for a couple of weeks, my boy.
Right.
Okay.
But I still, it's been like a month to me. Like, even with the snow doesn't indicate a long period of time necessarily, especially not in a place like Gotham, no matter how you do it, it's in Northeast America. So... you're dealing with a lot of snow. You're dealing with a lot of cold.
Okay.
Okay. It doesn't take that long to lose a baby, which, by the way, we just wrote Leslie and the baby right off the show real quick. I'm still hoping that's a red herring.
Mm-hmm.
Desperately hoping that she just decided to start a new life somewhere and, kind of told everyone the baby was lost, all that, and split town, and then we'll see her again later.
Yeah, that's what I'm assuming is going to happen.
I did hate watching Bullock tell him. They did well with that scene. They did well. Don't
get me wrong. My problem is with the implied logistics here. I say implied because
they could have made it's a bit of a stretch that they didn't necessarily have to do to be like, why are the Vandals? Which, by the way, time can pass in the Vandal home apparently without anyone noticing. Like they refer to great grandfathers on the wall like they were there 2 weeks ago.
A little bit.
It's they're in a bubble. A bubble with apparently the collective competence of like a disused barrel of gack, but.
What?
Those people dumb.
Oh, wow. I hate the mother.
So hard. Not as bad as I hate the little guy, Charles or whatever his name was. Well, what do you do to rats? Put them in glue traps. Oh man, that's not even funny. Like, I'm worried for you. Like, have they taught you anything while you've been here? Count to 10 for me, buddy. Count to 10.
Yeah, and yet
he sees him swallowing. Oh man. They could let you watch some Sesame Street or some Wishbone while you were growing up, dude. Just intimate literacy.
Yeah. And then, like, the sister was like, I think he's simple or something.
Right. No, you know what I loved about that scene, though? Because I hated everything about the whole, like, we'll sick the daughter on him. This is all just creepy, weird shit that I thought we were done with after the Gallivans.
Nope.
Apparently not. No. Gotham insists on an incest storyline. No, man. Like what made that scene even half retrievable for me was Penguin like slipping out of the bottom of the bed. That was actually funny and kind of slick. I liked it.
That was really funny.
I've never seen that particular choice.
And I did laugh when he was like, "I'm practically your brother."
Right.
That was funny.
Right.
That was really funny.
And then they went back to being the Vendrils.
Yeah.
I think can we go ahead and just call that out as like as soon as this part of the story is done, the better? Because this show's been on a roll for a few weeks.
Yeah.
And I liked the prison stuff because, Gordon's always a lot of fun. Mostly a lot of fun. But then, man, every time they cut back to this family, I'm choking on opulence.
Yeah, the whole Vandal subplot seems to be operating in some sort of strange pocket universe.
Yeah.
And they've kind of hung a lantern on that, but it's just so bad. I don't care that...
I don't enjoy my time in this pocket.
I don't...
Like, their storyline right now
is...
Yeah, their storyline right now is a barnacle sinking the ship of what was otherwise a good half back of the season.
Mm-hmm. Like, man...
And as a last ship reference, I'll say this. You remember the scene there early on where he's telling the story of how I met your mother? He does, like, he as much as insists that he tells Oswald, like, oh yeah, you're my actual bloodline. I basically picked up this group of tramps and took them home as a kindness.
Yeah, yeah. He
has the tact of a sinking aircraft carrier.
Yeah, he does.
It's not...
Like, and you can pretty much figure out where this is all going right from the get-go because of his lack of tact. You're just like, you don't really get the idea that he's at any point planning on doing anything good for them.
No.
Once Oswald shows up, oh my boy, must call the lawyer. Things to change. Like,
yeah, I'm gonna give you everything instead of the family that I've taken in for years and years. Instead of these two children that I watched grow into two superbly dumb people.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess that might be a good point.
I'm not defending that. No, don't. No.
There might be a good reason that he doesn't really want to give them any money.
These people are ridiculous. And he's not any better. Like, why doesn't he realize his heart medication tastes minty? Heart medication does not taste fucking minty.
I don't know.
She's dropping him Altoids, man.
Yeah, that was especially bad.
They did the music cue like it was serious, too. So I'm sitting here laughing, going, what? Oh, wait, what? Why? Wait, no, you just made good episodes. What's happening right now?
Like, most of the stuff in the prison I liked a lot in this episode, but the whole Vandal thing's got to go.
Yeah, absolutely. As fast as possible. And the callbacks were nice. You got a Dollmaker and a Red Hood Gang callback during this episode.
Mm-hmm.
Those were cool. I assume that was Dollmaker, right? Children abducted about a little over 2 years ago?
Yeah. Okay, so we agree that we hate the Vandal stuff.
Yeah, and I'm watching, especially the scene where he has the heart trouble and he passes out while they're tailoring, and he's about to. I'm watching the scene though as he's like passing out. I'm like, he's gonna die of a mild cough. That's what. Like, that's it. No, man. All right, I think I'm done making fun of them for now. We'll see.
It's like, this is Gotham. We don't know what time frame this is happening in. They have cell phones, but not smartphones, and a person can very well die of consumption. That's the issue we're dealing with now.
Well, consumption would be much harder. There'd be blood on a towel somewhere, a delicate handkerchief somewhere. No, this was just his breathing was mildly perturbed. Therefore, he might die.
Right.
Like, they make it look like if he watches a scary film and gasps, we could lose him at any moment.
Yeah, he has SOPD. Right. Somewhat obstructed pulmonary disorder.
Right.
So, yeah, let's jump back to the prison.
Please. Yeah.
I loved all the stuff with like the warden.
Even that one, the only callback too. A callback to Loeb, right?
Oh yeah. He's a good friend of Loeb.
Whom Gordon summarily dismissed from the storyline a little while back.
Right. So he shows up and he has to. What do they call it? World's End? Is that what they called it?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
The general population prison where everybody wants to kill Gordon.
Right. Except,
so he put
by the
most
way,
of them away.
Did I just miss his name? Like, what's the name of this extremely helpful guard? Did they name him? I didn't catch his name. That's all.
I did not. I didn't. I kept thinking, is this Cash from the Arkham Knight?
I kept thinking, is this Cash? Yeah, I was hoping it would be. But then I started thinking, like, come on, I'm not. I know there's a whole run of GCPD comics. I never got to them. Like this is.
Yeah.
I'm hoping it's somebody from there that's like a named entity of some kind, because you might as well pull from source because you have plenty of cops to pull from. Mm-hmm. Plenty of guards even to pull from. I was hoping they pulled a name there, and I didn't catch it
though. Oh my gosh, IGN. I was looking up the episode, and they have a line in here that describes him as the city's most suicidal black prison guard.
All right.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. I did the same thing though with Puck. I'm sitting there going, oh man, he's got no background. Where did this plucky little kid come from?
Yeah. What was his name?
Puck.
Puck?
Yeah.
Puck. Okay.
Yeah.
Man, I was sad when he died.
Watching A Midsummer Night's Dream all of a sudden.
I knew he was, but I was so sad when he died.
I wasn't. I was angry because by the time he died, like I'm sitting there watching, going, "You pulled him out of intensive care, Jim. Of course he died sitting in the fucking van. You left him there like a dog in the grocery store. The man has a blood clot. He's all surprised.
Yeah,
that could have been done better.
I liked seeing Falcone come back. I'm not sure really why, but whatever. Like I know he had connections in the prison. Blah blah blah. I'm down.
You liked him though?
It was fun. I mean, it's Falcone. Of course, I liked it.
Yeah, I kind of like the touchstone back to the gangster storylines a little bit.
Yeah, something I sorely miss.
I mean, the faked death thing too. Pretty nice.
That feels like it's gonna be. I mean, it makes sense, but it feels like it's gonna be a pain in the ass.
I'll tell you, was there a moment? I don't know. I just I was reacting with the show here, but there's a moment where like the guy jumps on top of him and he says like, "You're gonna die. Do you understand?" or something. He's trying to set him up. It's actually well done as far as he's trying to let him in on it while he's doing it. But he starts stabbing him for a second, and like he's stabbing the crap out of Jim Gordon, and he's doing the thing. And even I'm thinking, man, I hope I'm understanding this right. Because they better not have just given me like shanked Jim Gordon in a prison.
I'd have been okay with it.
Well, he'd have come back. People have survived worse. I mean, it took bedazzled fish like a week to get over an M50 shot to the gut. So
right. What I didn't understand is how did Gordon not know that? I mean, did someone just put a blood bag, like a fake blood bag, like a squib or something, underneath his shirt, and he was just like, "Well, this is new, but okay."
I'm not sure how they did the prop on it. I'm really not.
Because he was pretty surprised that he wasn't dead.
Oh, and I meant to go back and look at it. Did he actually knock him out, or did he just kind of let it be, or did he pretend sleep there? I really couldn't tell.
Yeah, I couldn't tell.
I was too distracted by trying to figure out if they were watching like Sound of Music or whatever the hell that was up there.
Yeah, I enjoyed him telling the warden, "I know something you don't know. I know what kind of man you are." I liked that a lot.
Yeah, I did like that.
But yeah, that
headbutts him,
stabbing sequence really bothered me because I didn't know how he could have possibly not known that he had a blood bag on or something.
It could have been in the prop. It could have been in the knife, I
guess.
Easily. Easily within the bounds of TV.
Right.
I don't know how to set up a prop gag like that, but surely someone does.
I mean, they had the blood bag with Gordon when he woke up inside of the body bag.
Yeah.
I don't know how that worked.
I don't either. Oh well. It got by me the first time. I'll let it stand. It got us to the nice scene where Bullock's telling him basically, get over your shit, man. Mm-hmm. Like, a lot of people just risk themselves. I don't care what you want to do right now. Get in the van.
Yeah.
And he needed to hear that, didn't he?
Well, sure, before he went back and saved Puck.
Right. Yeah. That's because
Save/killed Puck.
Right. Puck might have survived a lot longer in the prison, honestly.
Well, no, but...
I mean, he might have gotten at least out of the infirmary and back into general population. That would have been longer than he lasted in the car ride.
Nah. I mean, let's be honest, man. Jim Gordon gets out of there. Well, if the Gordon thought he was dead, he wouldn't do anything to Puck, would he?
Nope. Puck would just have to sit quietly and do his time and not go defending anybody.
Yeah.
I think I'm content with saying that Gordon probably helped kill him. Didn't mean to, obviously, but...
sometimes you try to stop a flood from happening, then some horses drown.
Right.
And,
And then you have to punch a really helpful guard in the face a few times.
Right.
I liked the line, though, like, just had the teeth redone.
Yeah. I did like that guy.
I do. I hope he does well. I'm hoping the beating is enough to get him out of trouble.
Maybe just lose a hand.
He's coming out no worse than anybody else there. Like, by the time Gordon leaves that room, he's got one man who's going to die in about 6 hours in his arms, and 3 people with concussions. Mm-hmm. I forget what they call those little things you smack people on the back of the head with, but
clubs.
I think there was a better word for it. It's like a little floppy leather thing with a bunch of weight on one side.
Oh, bullwhip. I don't know.
That might be
kettle
close.
prod. No, it's not. That
can't be right.
I
don't know. One of those devices that like cops in the 1950s purportedly used. At least if you watch like any of the Marx Brothers stuff or something, you'll see the cops hanging around with one of those.
That's a nightstick.
Oh, nightsticks are the actual sticks.
Mm-hmm. Anyway.
Whatever the hell that thing is.
I think I'm done talking about this Gotham episode, man.
Yeah, I said there wasn't nearly as much to talk about with it as I'd like to have. Because we were on such a good run. I was having a really good time, and I'm hoping we're coming out of it here on the other side. That's one Vandal down, so...
Sorry, was I the only person who was sitting there going, "No, Jim, don't go back to Gotham. The only way to clear my name is go back to Gotham." Who? Why do you need your name? Go find Lee. Go find Lee. You don't need your name. The only reason he thinks he needs his name is because in the future he knows that he's got to be Jim Gordon for Batman. No, screw you. This makes no sense.
The right thing to do is to go find Lee, see if she's okay. Hope she was lying about her kid. See what happens. Also, did you notice in the show, I think there's, did Bullock start drinking again publicly?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Did they announce that at some point? Because they made it a point that he had been, he was on the day system with AA, and then we go back to this episode, and he's got, shot at Jameson or wherever that was with Falcone. Sure, something better than Jameson, but whatever.
One thing I noticed is that Bullock's hair has gotten really, really, really long.
It has.
I kind of wish they'd let us know, like, see, that's a fault with the show. Like, I know that he's not a main character, but I care about Bullock, and I kind of want to know if his little girlfriend or wife or whatever is stuck around. Like,
at some point we checked in on this guy, and he was, like, finally happy and all this, and he gets dragged back into it, and that's great, but I wouldn't mind seeing just a line or two. Maybe we just missed it somewhere. Maybe they showed us Barbara, we got bored and tuned out, and they were like, oh, here's the Bullock wrap-up, and we didn't notice.
They haven't said.
Oh well.
Anyway, here's hoping for better next week. That's all I'm saying.
Barbara's awake wherever she is, so there's that looming.
Oh, man.
Sorry.
Don't bum me out, man.
I'm sorry. Just robbing you of hope these last couple episodes.
I know. Damn, dude. Oh, man. All right. Next episode. Speaking of being bummed out, we're talking about Lucifer 110 Pops, which was not what we thought it would be or hoped it would be, but hey.
Which makes it traditionally a Lucifer episode.
Yep, pretty much. We are DC On Screen. You can find every episode at dconscreen.com. You can find us on iTunes. You can find us on Stitcher. Go check out our friends Matt Carroll and Jeff Randall at the Marvel Cinematic Universe podcast, mcucast.com. We are part of the Giant Size Team Up Network, giantsizeteamup.com. We actually did a big Batman vs. Superman roundtable discussion with the MCU cast on Breaking the Panel. So that was like kind of a lot of fun, and should be up at some point this week. We'll actually be posting it in our feed. So
extra stuff.
You guys aren't going to miss that. You guys aren't going to miss out. Anyway. See you guys next episode, and until then, keep some DC on y'all screen.
Okay, round 2. Name something that's not boring.
A laundry? Ooh, a book club. Computer solitaire, huh?
Ah, sorry, we were looking for Chumba Casino. That's right. ChumbaCasino.com has over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.